Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make this a two color. It's similar to the lesson that I did up above, but this one has two colors, and so you need to approach it a little bit differently. And I did want to add a bead, so I have a trick for you how to do that. So the base is I'm using a 1.5 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, but paracord will work just as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my two large hole beads. So just the size of the hole, as long as it goes on, I mean, it needs to be like probably like around like 3 to 4 millimeters. But as long as you can get it on, that's the important part. So this one goes on, perfect. And then we need to get this one on. Okay, so there we go. So we got those two on, and I'm going to scoot this one all the way close to the end. And I'm going to cut that leader needle off. Actually, you could just cut this off because that bend is not as important as it is before you string your bead on. But just save your leader needles because they are reusable. And okay, so I'm going to measure 7 inches down, and then I'm going to clip this in. And then I'm going to clip this end in here. And for this, for the cords that I actually do the macrame with, they are each 30 inches long. So we need to attach these guys. So I'm just going to hold this here, and I'm going to take a clip. Just kind of extend it out just a little bit. You just need to like get them on there just long enough so that you can get that macrame binding knot in there. Okay, so let me make it a little bit. I wonder if I can clip it. Let's try that. Maybe that'll work. That works. Just any way to get it on. Okay, so I'm just gonna clip this in here to hold it. Perfect. And I usually take about maybe 16 to 16 inches of the 0.5 wax jewelry cord. And now what we need to do here is make a really tight macrame binding knot. So let's get this even. And then when I start, I like to just like twist it like that, and then it's kind of like just a regular overhand knot type. And then you got to come in here and really like crank it down. And then you do the bottom. It's really important to get nice and tight. And these I like to make, I think I measured it actually with my caliper. It was about maybe like about 11 to 12 millimeters long. So you just keep going till it's nice and super tight. And the longer it is, the more holding power it's going to have. And you don't want to use the wax jewelry cord in the 0.9 because it's too thick. For something like this, for like a binding knot, the thinner, the better. So if you do have 0.9, you could split it and that'll work. I think that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around. Let me just get some tension on here. And I'm going to do just a few macrames going up the other way just to give it extra holding power. You just tighten. I think about 3 is good. So you just come in here and just really tighten it down. And with a thread zap, you just come in here and melt those ends. Tap, tap. Oops, a little hot. Okay. So now we are ready to go. Just retension, just get everything nice and like tight. And then we, just like I did before, I make like an S, bring it over and then under and through that loop. And on this one, I'm not adding beads, but if you look at the video, the previous video, then you can see how I add beads on there. So you would just put them on this side. So it's looking good. So you just keep going until you get to the length that you want. And what I do, because you need to leave space for that macrame binding. I'm not the macrame binding knot, but the macrame slide knot. So when you put it on your wrist, make sure that there's a little bit like left over, like space. So when you put the slide knot, it's not going to be too big. You just, you kind of eyeball it, kind of like wiggle it around, kind of, squeeze it to make sure that all the, like the tension is correct. So come back over. See that? It's like an S. And, I can't wait to get like some different colors. Because I'm thinking, oh my goodness, just so many different colors that you could do this with. And I think it's great if you have like a team, like maybe like blue and gold, or just school colors. I mean, there's just so many different like reasons to make, or if it's just your favorite colors, that's reason enough. So you just keep repeating the steps until you get to the length that you want. Okay, so now that we've gotten to this end, I'm gonna like grab these guys. I'm gonna just hold them like this and clip and take more of this wax cord, and I'm going to start macrameing right up here. Nice and tight. So one little thing, if you hold it like upward while you're tightening it, it helps just get it like in the right spot. So there's a top, bottom. So you just keep going until it's about the same length as the other one that you made. Most of the time I just kind of like eyeball it. Let's see. Just a teeny weeny bit longer. So I think we'll do a bottom and then a top. I think that's good. I think that's good, actually. So then I'm going to turn it around and then come back this way again, just to get that extra. So that way the end isn't like just a raw end. I think that's good. And with my thread zap, these things are, if you guys get a thread zap, get lithium batteries because they just last forever. Check it out. I've been using the same battery like every single day. I've been using this for like 3 or 4 months. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is trim these ends off. Just kind of hold this. And just take some nice, let's see what we have here. Just cut. And then with a lighter, just so you don't have that awkward piece of fluff there, you can just quickly take a lighter, and just real quickly, and it just, like, what it does is it just melts the little furry fluffers. Okay, and then we do the same thing on this side. Make sure and don't cut the your cords that you need to turn into the lighter part. That has happened to me. Okay, see that fluffiness? We are going to get rid of that. Just real quick. Boom. All right, perfect. Now, the next thing we need to do is the macrame slide knot. Okay, so just crisscross these over. And should we do green or black? I think I'm going to go with the black. So you take 16 inches of this, turn this around, and I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, when I make the slide on, but the very first, when I do that top part, I like to do it like this. I have to get out of that habit. So you just do like and do it a little bit firm in that, we've got a lot of cords here, so the, you don't want it to be like a slippery, just, firm, but not overly tight, but not overly loose. And I like to make the macrame slide knots about 1 inch long. So let's see that, or to where it just looks like, that looks, I think one more. Okay, perfect. So you cut this. Don't cut it too short because you need that little extra in there to turn into the, see, that's what you got to be careful of. You don't want that part to slip through. And I wouldn't touch that. I mean, there's got to be there. I think what I do is I take like something and kind of like press it. Because by pressing it, it makes a really nice, secure, like a little button. So I think that really helps hold that. Okay, so now let's do this side. Let's get this on standby here. Okay. Oops. Got that, and I'm going to come in and tap it. See that? Very nice. Okay, so we're almost finished. It's looking good. Okay. Okay, the tension is perfect. Okay, now the next thing is like, now we need to put the stop knots. And so just make it to where it's like comfortable to get on and off, because if you make it bigger, then these parts on the bottom are going to be really long. So I just like to make it to where it just like fits me perfectly. And then you look at the bracelet, and then you try to center the, make sure the macrame slide knot isn't off to one side. So now we are ready to put, and try not to, try to make those knots without this bead sliding off. And if it makes you feel better, you could always just put a knot on the end here so it doesn't like pop off. So I'm going to put this on here and just with my nail, just kind of slide it over. Perfect. Slide this down, and I'm going to tie an overhand knot right at the top of the bead. And one thing you want to do, let me get some pliers. These really help just to make sure it's super tight. See that? You want that knot to be nice and tight, because over time, it can get loose. Okay, now let's do the same thing on this side. All right. Okay, we're almost finished. Okay, now I have to come back in with these and then pull really tight. Pull, pull. And then we're going to cut these. Cut, cut, and then melt. Don't touch that. That thing is like molten. So let me, what do I have here? And this one, I mean, after it's cooled down a little bit, you can, like, it's still like malleable. You can like shape it into I don't know, just so it blends in better. But boy, I wouldn't touch it. I wish I had like a finger guard. Just let it cool. And then tap it. And that's it. I think this is the, it's perfect. Anyway, I hope you liked this tutorial. And you know, another thing I was thinking about, I mean, because I know in the previous video up on top of this one, I use just a single color. I think even with, if you did a single color using this way of attaching it, I think that would be really, I think it would look good. So what do you guys think? Anyway, so that is how it's done.